Are ye scurvy dogs? I hear ye be asking for tales of great adventure. Well, ye come to the right place. My name is Captain Sandwich, and I have been on many great adventures, killed many deadly foes, fought in many fearsome battles, and stolen more treasure than you could ever imagine in your wildest dreams. Yet one adventure sticks out to me as the greatest by far. I was a young scallywag, maybe 21 or 22, and I was in the middle of an Order of Souls voyage with my father and crewmate, Captain Cider. We'd collected maybe 8 skulls and 4 chests when suddenly, out of the blue, a megalodon appeared. We were terrified that we were going to lose all our treasure. Yet, miraculously, it swam around our sloop, the Regal's skull, maybe 10 times before it swam back down to the depths. Relieved, we continued our voyage and collected even more loot. And that was when, dragging themselves up from the depths of the ocean, 2 skeleton sloops appeared. We had never, ever defeated a skeleton ship, let alone 2, and our terror returned. I was on the cannons whilst my father steered, when I got a cannonball straight between the eyes. When I returned from the Ferry of the Damned, our ship was half sunk and on fire due to the volcano we had just passed. Grabbing my bucket, I emptied the ship of water and threw it onto the fire before running down and filling up the ever-growing amount of holes. Then I got onto those cannons and let those 2 skelly ships have it. By the time I was done, they were both back down at the bottom of the ocean, where they belonged. We raised the sails and weighed anchor, and collected all the precious booty the ships had left behind. Finally, after stopping off at a couple more islands and killing a few more skeletons, we set sail for the nearest outpost. We danced, played music, and laughed about all the forces that had tried to stop us. And then, reaching up from the depths of the ocean, a tentacle wrapped around our ship, crushing it. Somebody really did not like us. Other tentacles rose up and grabbed my father, but before they grabbed me, I quickly detached the rowboat at the back of a ship. When I was whisked up into the air, I looked around and watched as my father was slammed into the sea. He was sent to the Ferry of the Damned instantly. As our ship disappeared under the water, I was slammed down into the ocean, like my father. Yet, unlike my father, I survived. Just. Quickly, I slammed to the rowboat that was bobbing up and down a few meters away. I was in agony, yet I climbed aboard and grabbed the oars, whilst the Kraken continued to search for something else to destroy. You see, I'd been clever. After we decided to turn in our treasure, I loaded it all into the rowboat. I don't know why, but I just had a feeling it was what I needed to do. Now I was sitting amongst the treasure, slowly rowing towards the outline of planned outpost that was sitting on the horizon. After I was too far away for the Kraken to reach me, I stopped and ate a few bananas. I was still in pain, but it made me feel better. And then I heard my father's voice in my head. Like most crews, we had a psychic connection created by one of the Order, meaning we could communicate telepathically. He was on plunder with our ship. I told him what had happened, and after marvelling at my genius, he set off to pick me and the loot up. I started rowing again, invigorated with new hope. That's when I noticed a little white tail poking out from under a chest. I pulled the tail and out crawled Sammy, my little cloudy captain. He looked around dazed. The little monkey had slept through the whole situation with the Kraken. I let out a little laugh and continued rowing onwards. I was getting closer and closer to Plunder Outpost, yet I saw no sign of the Regal Skull, so I asked my father a question. "You did head east of Plunder Outpost, didn't you?" His responding silence answered my question. Letting out a sigh, I continued onwards. After another hour or so, I finally saw my ship. "Where are you?" he said. "How close to the island are you?" With a tired chuckle, I replied, "In the tavern." I got a rather confused response from him, until I explained I had arrived on the island half an hour ago, sold all the treasure, and then got a grog whilst waiting for him.